Welcome back to the show. XRP's rolling and so is the rest of the market. Bitcoin too. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $3.43 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 0.4%, but look at this, 98,100 plus, but we saw 99,400 plus for Bitcoin. She's getting ready to hit 100K, 3,300 plus for Ethereum right now, and we see XRP at the number 6 spot, $1.43. We are up 26.7% on the 24-hour. We're up 65.5% on the 7-day. Look at that. Look at that. I am loving it, and I know you are too. 81.5 billion plus market cap, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the range of price, ranging from $1.09 to $1.49. So keep a head on a swivel as we're out here. This is getting very, very exciting. Let's refresh this again. Okay, we can see what's happening here. I believe it is just sitting here at the moment at 137. And I am loving this. I mean, I've been checking this all night. I do want to let you know right now, Link2 is the best home for private equity. And obviously, because of these conditions in the market, the positivity and the headwinds turning the tailwinds in the blockchain space, Ripple has gotten a lot more interest in the private equity market. So if you want some, I want to tell you right now just how limited it is. So you better reach out because there's no promise that they can always get more. That's the really tricky thing about this. So huge demand. Not a lot left. You might want to click the link below and check out my sponsor and get yourself some private equity, Ripple included. Okay, let's get started. Look at this right here. 100,000 Bitcoin. This is CKJ Crypto News. Hey, let me tell you guys something very quickly because you don't know. Before I was a YouTuber, I started out on CKJ's show, and I was like a contributor to his live stream. And I really had no intentions of starting a channel. I fell into it by accident because, little fun story, I made a video for him and a couple other people to see because I was so fascinated about what I thought about Ripple, the company, and XRP, the digital asset, connections to the Fed and other banks, and like him and so many other people. I made a video for just like him and somebody else to see. I knew so little about YouTube at the time that almost 10,000 people saw the video and I got scared. I was like, oh my God. And then I just had to keep making videos as follow-up to the questions and comments that came in. But he reached out to me last night and it was great to reconnect with him because, you know, there's a lot of, over the years, YouTubers would go through like ups and downs with each other or over things. For instance, like even before I was a YouTuber, I used to think if a person put out a video in the morning and then 2 hours later, somebody else put out a video and they covered the same thing, I thought they were stealing something. Like I used to even think that before I knew DAI. I'd be like, man, DAI stole that from so-and-so or so-and-so stole that from DAI and vice versa. And I had that little understanding about the space. And then obviously, you grow, you come to understand things. I actually got to meet DAI and then became really good friends with him, and he helped me change the rest of my life. That shows you the kind of guy he is. So at any rate, connecting with CKJ really brought all of that back. And, and I know he's been through a lot in his channel and over the course of his career, but I'll never forget that I started on his channel and what a fun place it was. And it still is. So he still does a show every day, daily, and you should check it out because it's a great show. And I think he's going to be making a big comeback because he told me he's absolutely doubling down on his channel with this market the way it is. So if you haven't followed or hung out in his stream, you should do so. And I think I'm either going to get him on my show or maybe he'll let me come on his show and we'll do like a hang and celebrate all this price action that's going on. Make sure you give him a follow. And here we have the breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. SEC Chair Gary Gensler to step down. To step down. What? This is... We've been waiting for this. On January 20th, 2025, I will be stepping down as SEC chairman. Oh, No need for a thread, Gary. That's exactly what we've all been waiting for. And good riddance. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. And here we see this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for Gary Gensler stepping down, as all of us are. It makes it extra special. There's no question about it. And speaking of extra special, look at the market conditions and what's happening right now. And look, I know that there's been a lot of division in this space because we've been down in a crypto winter for so long. And there has been tons of infighting. I know DAI's been attacked. I've been attacked. We've tried to defend ourselves the best we can. But I think it's time for everybody to understand that there's a new leaf. There's a new day. We don't need to be the XRP army anymore because we're the XRP family. And sometimes the XRP family fights. So this is what I want to say, because we're getting very close to announcing XRP Las Vegas 2025, and I want to invite and welcome every single influencer to XRP Las Vegas 2025. And I do mean Crypto Airy. I do mean Steven Chip. I do mean Jeff from Hodl Report. I do mean CKJ and everyone else. Doesn't matter who you are. Moon Lambo. And the reason I'm saying you should come isn't because you shouldn't come because I'm saying you should. You should come because your audience wants to meet you. And there's going to be probably close to 2,000 people in that room for 2 days. And I know that they all love you guys too. And the reality is you shouldn't miss it because your audience wants to meet you. Your audience wants to know you better. They want to shake your hand and say thank you to you. And you deserve it. So I'm telling you right now, all of you, no matter who you are, Bearable Bull, everyone, you all should come to this event. You will be celebrated like no other. The people are going to love having you there. And I'm telling you, if you had any reservation over all the drama that's happened over the years, leave it on the floor. None of it matters. Look what's going on in the market. We're the XRP family. So let's push forward and let's show all the audience members that we all have that the way we come together in a market like this. Put all that stuff down and bring yourself to XRP Las Vegas so your own audience can tell you just how thankful they've been for all these down years. No question about it. Now let's get into this. Sologenics got some great news popping off. Sologenic and Texture are launching Solotex, a future of tokenized equities in the U.S. Look, Sologenic and Corium, shout out to Fabio, shout out to Bob Ross and Reza, the rest of the crew over there. Really great things happening here. They've had their head down and working hard. Huge connection to XRP Ledger. I am telling you, watch out, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm hoping to get them back on stage at XRP Las Vegas. We're going to be announcing that very soon, and I want to see everybody there, no matter who you are. I'm telling you, it's too good. Things are going too good for everybody. Let's go out on top, all of us together, and let's show the community how we do it. Honestly, think XRP explosion is imminent. Crypto Insight UK was right, because that was yesterday. I'd say he nailed it. Give him a follow, no doubt about it. First day of BlackRock's IBIT ETF option sees 1.9 billion in exposure, says Bloomberg analyst. So you're trying to say it's in demand, right? That's what you're trying to say. And here's Cody Carbone right here from the Digital Chamber, and he's highlighting how Chinese court says the Bitcoin and crypto are property, so holding them is legal. This is a huge 180 for China. And watch out, because if the United States turns into a Bitcoin strategic reserve, listen to what Cody says, and folks are still wondering why a Bitcoin strategic reserve is essential? We need to pass the Bitcoin Act immediately to ensure the U.S. leads on Bitcoin for economic and national security of the United States. And then obviously it is going to be like dominoes falling to if the United States starts to do this and stockpile Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, imagine China doing it. Imagine every other major nation doing it. U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis, who has championed this effort, outlines the strategic Bitcoin reserve plan. Purchase 200,000 Bitcoin per year for 5 years. That'll do it. Establish strategic Bitcoin reserve. Establish decentralized network of secure Bitcoin storage facilities distributed across the USA. Bitcoin purchase program, Treasury to purchase 200,000 Bitcoin per year for 5 years, 1 million Bitcoin in total, hold for a minimum of 20 years. Someday at 20 years, they could pay down half the debt. Proof of reserve systems publish quarterly reports audited by independent third-party and cryptographic attestations, consolidate current holdings, all Bitcoin held by other agencies to be transferred to the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, voluntary state participation. States can participate voluntarily by depositing to withdrawing from segregated accounts, offsetting costs. First $6 billion of the Federal Reserve's net earnings each year will go up to the SBR. And it says protect Bitcoin property rights, affirms rights of self-custody. U.S. government cannot seize or confiscate lawfully unowned Bitcoin. Love that part. And then here is Cynthia Lummis right here laying it down. Let's take a quick listen here.
The other thing is the proposal that I have and that President Trump has discussed about a strategic Bitcoin reserve or strategic Bitcoin stockpile, where the United States would acquire and hold Bitcoin for 20 years. Because of the way that Bitcoin has been appreciating since inception, this would be an asset that could help shore up the US dollar as the world reserve currency and serve as a reserve that could be used to reduce the national debt significantly. You know, the American people are still hurting from inflation, from high prices, and they want the national debt reduced. These are ways to do it with an asset that is immutable, can easily be held by the federal government in a variety of vaults, and that states can participate in as well. So this is the gold standard digital asset, and a strategic Bitcoin reserve is the way to embed it.
You know, we got all.
And there you have it right there. Let's keep moving. Look, I mean, think about what's happening. And Trump is going to form a crypto advisory council with industry participants and located inside the White House. Loving this. Trump's former CFTC chair eyed for crypto czar role. Crypto dad has emerged as leading contender to become the first ever crypto czar, a possible new administration position the Trump transition team is weighing. Oh my gracious, I love this. Wow, I tell you what, Chris Giancarlo would be incredible. No doubt about it. So here we go. Let's keep this moving, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. I certainly would love to see. If he wants this role, he would be phenomenal in this role. And I know that he would select people around him that would be absolutely incredible. So all inclusive, I got to say, I have to endorse this guy. I hope he takes the role if he's offered this, if he wants it, because he would be phenomenal in this role. Shout out to you, Chris. And hopefully we could get him to XRP Las Vegas again, because I got a lot I'd like to talk to him about. It's happening now. Now let's turn here to understand the power of Ripple, the company, and the power of XRP, the digital asset, because we know that this is the moment we've been waiting for. I remember when I had an interview after the most recent XRP Las Vegas with blockchain backer. Shout out to him. And we had a great conversation where I explained to him, you know, look, we get the legislation and the headwinds turn to tailwinds, paraphrasing. This thing's going to open up because the banks can't use it until we get that. And we can already see the positivity happening in the market because people can feel that that's coming, and it's not even here yet. So take a listen to the kind of things we got to look forward to.
If you look at Santander's announcement, what they've done is connected Ripple to Apple Pay and then allow employees to send money. So they don't have to worry about the complexities of AML and, you know, what happens if a payment doesn't get, but just step by step testing this out. Mm-hmm. Then they'll start taking it to selective customers. So then we're starting to talk about different types of pilots. It's not a Ripple pilot, but it's a customer pilot using our technology. And that, if you look at Santander's announcement, what they've done is connected Ripple to Apple Pay and then allow employees to send money. So they don't have to worry about the complexities of AML and, you know, what happens if a payment doesn't get, but just step by step testing this out. Mm-hmm. Then they'll start taking it to selective customers. So then we're starting to talk about different types of pilots. It's not a Ripple pilot, but it's a customer pilot using our technology.
There you go. I tell you, man, this is what's coming with legislation. Brad Garling has told us multiple times, it's not just the SEC, the OCC, the FDIC. And remember, Sheila Bayer from the FDIC, voted the most powerful woman twice, is now an advisor for the real USD. So this is getting exciting. Don't forget, we are connected to SWIFT and Citibank. You already know Santander, he just told you.
Kellyanne, SWIFT has played such an important role in helping cross-border organizations and banks interoperate smoothly. What does the next generation of SWIFT look like? And will you work together with other types of solutions that we heard, like with Citi and Ripple, to really tackle these issues?
So great question. So first, let me describe the global response we're seeing on the interoperability topic, and it's really in 3 separate phases. So phase 1 was all about domestic schemes. So you've got, that was the first group that really said, all right, let's try and see how we can reduce friction, how can we get to interoperability, and that's where you have examples like FedNow. You have some great use cases in India with UPI and with Pix in Brazil. Then the next phase was really about countries coming together, so inter-regional, and really discussing how do we hook up our domestic schemes together in a cross-border aspect. And there you have things like Buna in the Middle East, and you've got BRICS. And then the third phase, which definitely is very much in its infancy, it's intra-regional. And this is about different regions coming together and talking about how do we connect up together to get to interoperability. And there you've got IXB and Nexus as some examples. And you're constantly seeing different groups in APAC and the Middle East pop up in the news. So at SWIFT, we're super interested about the cross-border aspects of phase 2 and phase 3. We want to make sure that the industry isn't creating too many digital islands, and we want to be the network of network. And of course, we're very agnostic as to the form of money and what that's going to take and the actual systems or mode of moving it around. And we really want to focus on interoperability between existing and emerging networks or across asset classes. So we really,
like Ripple. Wall Street Online drops it like it's hot right here. Ripple works closely with central banks. Goal is clear to establish XRP as the backbone of a modern financial system. It's right there. It's right there. Ripple defies the SEC and expands globally. Absolutely. 95% of Ripple's customers are where? Outside the United States. Who's about to join the digital party? The United States. So Ripple can help connect them to the 95% of customers that they've already got, right? Look, I couldn't be more excited watching all of this unfold. Digital assets flagged as unregistered securities by the US SEC are rallying. That's why we're at $1.40. This is after agency chair Gary Gensler announced he will step down. Of course, we need him gone, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to see utility. That's what we're needing now. And we're hearing this from the technical analyst Crypto Bull, who says if XRP closes the monthly candle around $2, it would rose 288%, just like it did in March of 2017. If that continues to trend, it would close around $5 in December and $30 at the end of January 2025. And I tell you something, I don't know what it'll do, but I wouldn't be upset if it did any of that. Price surge incoming. Another analyst predicting between $8 and $30, and he's telling you $30 possibly by the end of January. You're seeing these people align as they look at the charts. The tea leaves are looking the same. And then here we have Dark Defender who says the ones who know how we followed the below structure and precise it was and still is. Targeting 89 cents and then hitting 93 was crazy, and we set 39, and just even before wave 1 as the lowest point, XRP touched 38 cents, was absolute precision. We discussed 66 cents as the big boss where XRP tried to break here for a year. We knew when XRP was unleashed from that level, he would start the third wave journey where we are now. I'm happy to announce that we are in the third wave. The ones who were patient and believe are the ones laughing now. Who know? you know the targets know they are not financial advice. That's exactly right. They are not financial advice. But you could see here where he's at here. Coming up here, seeing a plus $5, maybe $6, then some kind of a retracement, possibly back to the all-time high from 384, and then maybe even shooting up again and going up in that range these others are talking about, the $20, $30 range. Who knows? But I tell you what, it's getting pretty darn fun, isn't it? Look, we're going into the Freedom Zone. You can follow us too, digperspectives.com. Click the Freedom Zone for next to nothing and come on in. It's a great way to support the channel. We're getting started right now. All right, World War III. I've talked about this